Hugh Colton, Town and Country TV, staying in touch with the communities we call home, the great things that happen within them. You know, sport for kids is very important throughout all the areas that we do call home. And one of the sports that is making a big comeback is Little League Ball. And with me is my friend Richard Brown. Richard, welcome into the Jeep, first of all. Thank you very much for being here with us. And, you know, in the area of Perth and Smiths Falls, Levant, McDonald's Corners, Lanark Village, I can remember years ago, there was some great hardball, really good ball happened throughout that part of Eastern Ontario. It went away for a little while, but now it's making a big comeback, isn't it?
It's amazing. This year, we were up probably 100 kids this year in Perth. And not just Perth, we got Lanark, we got Smiths Falls that we accompany. Yeah. We got some great people out in Smiths Falls. Some nice people up in Lanark, mainly Susie Breckenridge up in Lanark. We got Andrew Stoll, Kevin Murpaugh, and Jazz Pelledo, who helped get it going back up in Smiths Falls. And then we got our good people out here in Perth. We got George Sachs, our president, Rick Wilson, our past president, Lindsay Jarvis, and Tanya Stewart, who are our rookie and T-ball blastball conveners.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about this great league, which is now combining Perth and Lanark Village and Smiths Falls and surrounding area. I mean, the scope of this league and the actual territory that it covers is pretty huge.
Yeah, it is. Like, we hosted a hit, run, and pitch competition, which is baseball's version of golf's drive, chip, and putt. Yes. Football's pump, pass, and run. Right. We had kids from Petawawa make the trip down here for 2 hours. You had
somebody almost qualified.
We had a young guy by the name of Owen Gibson. I believe he was in the under 10 category. He won our regional here. Went off to Mississauga the following week, won the sectional, and he came second in the team competition. Right. If he would have got out of that, he would have represented the Toronto Blue Jays at the All-Star game in San Diego. The
resurgence of Little League Ball, do you credit some of that to the Toronto Blue Jays?
I think absolutely. Right. Absolutely. Ball's up everywhere. Right. Everywhere in all age groups. Like the under 14 division this spring, we had 16 teams in that one division.
Wow.
We had one, Carleton Place had a couple teams, then you go into the city and they got like 3 or 4 teams, even 5 in some cases, in that one group. So it's good. It's getting the kids back active. It's pretty affordable too for us to play compared to soccer and hockey. I mean, at the under 10 and at a lot of the groups, it's going to cost you $80. You play from the beginning of May all the way until almost August.
Yeah.
All you need is a glove. Yeah. Glove and a helmet.
And you know, when we take a look at the facilities, I mean, Conlon Farm has great diamonds here. In Lanark, that's a beautiful ball diamond. I mean, that's hosted an Ontario Provincial Championship, I believe, in years gone by.
That hosted the Ontario Senior Championships last year, and Terry and his crew up there did a wonderful job. We had one nasty night of rain, and I was out there with my umpiring crew, and that was pretty nasty. And we were able to turn the field around in 10 hours and get that field ready to go the next day.
I'll tell you another big rejuvenation that I see in Smiths Falls, and you mentioned Kevin Murpaugh and Joe Burns, and there's some great parents that are involved with that part of the league and those teams in Smiths Falls, and the rejuvenation, I should say, of the diamond down towards Lower Reach Park, which is coordinated by Rob Garvin, the Jerry Lowe Committee, the town of Smiths Falls, but all those great parents and volunteers that were down there on their hands and knees picking dandelions and spreading, fresh infield sand, rebuilding dugouts, the whole shebang. I mean, that's the dedication of the parents and the people that you are seeing on a regular basis, and that's one of the big reasons, again, why ball is rising. It's on the rise with kids.
With Little League, there are no paid employees. With Little League, we're all volunteers. We're all volunteers. We're there for the kids. So, and that leads me up to the next point. Like, we got our big annual Del Harper tournament coming up.
That's the one we want to talk about, because you talk about somebody that was dedicated not only to ball, but to sport in general. Yeah. Del Harper was one of those huge Perth volunteers that gave every kid a chance and wanted to see every kid play.
That's right. Del was the juvenile sports officer from 1958 to 96, and he passed away sadly in 2000. But he was there for the kids. He was a coach. He was a mentor. Yeah. So his family decided to name a ball tournament after him with Perth and District Little League, and this is the 22nd annual tournament.
22nd annual Del Harper ball tournament.
Since 2012, we've allowed the under 10 division, the minor division, to come in. It used to just be a straight major at 12 teams, and now we've allowed the under 10 group to come in. we get teams. Probably about a week and a half ago, I was talking with Dell's son D, who's now the organizer of the tournament, and I said I got to go. I got a phone call, and it was from the teams from Timmins that wanted to come down to our tournament, and sadly we were full.
Yeah. So how many teams?
I have 8 teams in the major division.
Yes.
And coming as far away from Notre Dame de Grasse, Montreal. They're coming back with the East Nepeans, and you got the Canadas and all your local teams. And then in the under 10 division, the minor division, we have 8 teams as well, coming all the way down from Petawawa, Renfrew. Kingston is now back into Little League, so they're coming up for.
Now, what about age brackets? I mean, you're going to start from you're taking kids now, young kids at very early ages, and starting them into ball, right?
Yeah. We start. We got blast ball right at 3 years old. Blast ball and 3 and 4 year olds, and then they get into the T-ball at 5 and 6.
Yes.
And then they get into the coach pitch, which is our rookie at 7 and 8, and that works them into the more competitive ball. So we got to thank Lindsay Jarvis and Tanya Stewart. They're our big leads at that T-ball and rookie level.
That's a learning process. You're getting the kids involved and engaged early, so they learn more about the ball, about baseball. They learn about the rules of ball, and you're graduating them so that they're ready and they can go from division to division.
That's right. Like it takes a lot of you need a lot of patience. Yeah. Just like in every sport. I mean, when you're coaching, I've done it. You gotta. Every kid wants to play every position. Every parent thinks that their kid is better than others.
I'm going to tell you, my friend, the patience is the smile on those kids' face when they actually strike a ball, when they catch a fly, or whatever it may be, to put a smile on a kid's face and see them out there in that field participating. That's the patience.
Yeah. No, it's looking really good, and so our tournament weekend is July 8th, 9th, and 10th.
July 8th, 9th, and 10th, and you'll be right here at Conlin Farm.
Right here at Conlin Farm. Like I said, we got 16 teams coming from all across, even as far as Montreal. They're coming into town on the Friday night. They start Saturday. We got Cornwall coming in. They're back as usual. They're normally pretty good.
Right.
We've also had a lot of great sponsorships from the town of Perth. Businesses in Perth, Lanark, some in Smith Falls.
Yeah.
We like CAA stepped on board, donated a little bit of stuff. Without the support of the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 244, they donated a little bit of money to help us out with the cost of the trophies, like they normally do.
Right.
So that helps us out too, because we're trying to. The purpose of this tournament is to help raise money for our league.
You know, Richard, as you mentioned, the communities, we're here in Perth and Smith Falls, all these communities, big towns, small villages, they all come together and they continuously give to the communities that they do business in or that they call home. And that's just outstanding. And this is just another example of that. You know, businesses and communities, you mentioned the Legion stepping up to the plate again to make sure that the kids get a chance to play.
We even have a couple maple syrup producers that donated some prizes for our raffle table. One thing this year what's nice is we're giving away a sandbat to one lucky player.
Right.
Sandbat has donated one of the company out of Carleton Place that makes the wooden baseball bats. Everybody knows of them now. So they're not shy. Sent off a letter to them, and they said, "Yeah, no problem. We'll give you a bat."
Somebody's going to win a custom sandbat.
Yeah, it could be all the kids that play in the tournament go into a hat, and their name gets drawn.
Wow.
For coaches on the bench, we had Stacy Niklu from the Hickory Shagbark out in Portland. He donated a half-liter bottle of his Hickory Shagbark, and that's going to go to a coach. We're also getting the kids involved with the flag party. This year we're going to actually hopefully carry all 20 flags when we had the town of Perth flag in there from the Legion. And every kid, one kid from each team is going to be part of the flag party. Because the Legion, it's tough for those guys to get out.
Absolutely. And they deserve that.
Yeah, and the parents will love that. You got Grandma and Grandpa are going to be out here, and so
they gave for us. It's our turn.
That's right. Hopefully it will be a good weekend, and we get sun in the forecast.
You mentioned as well that part of the give back with the Perth and District Little League is you're helping Special Olympics out.
Yes, they came to us, the Special Olympics Perth, and they asked for our support. They wanted to run a provincial qualifier. So the provincials are every 4 years.
Right.
And they're just not softball. They do soccer. They got them in winter, spring, and summer
kids
sport.
In sport all 4 seasons.
And, you know, I got asked as a tournament convener by our executive if we'd be willing. I said, I think we can do that. We need 4 diamonds. We got 4 diamonds here at Conlin Farm. We could swing it. So we're going to have teams coming in as far as, I think, Peterborough. I think Belleville, Quinte West, and Kingston. And then you got teams as far as Ottawa coming in. So it's just the eastern region of the Special Olympics. And then from there, I guess they go to their provincials, and then they get to go to the Special Olympics nationals, I guess.
Good for you
so
for giving, helping out with that. That's a wonderful program, Special Olympics, because as we mentioned, every kid should have a chance.
Well, they actually have a thing under Little League. It's the Challenger Division. So it sort of helps us out and gets these fields being used. It's nice seeing the fields being used active.
This has been fun. The Del Harper, and it's a record year. What's the year again? How
22.
many? 22 years
22.
Of the Del Harper Memorial Ball Tournament that will happen right here at Conlin Farm. Let's go through the dates once again.
We got July 8th, 9th, and 10th.
July 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Our hometown Perth Royals, both the minor and major teams, will begin the Friday night at 6 o'clock. The minor team will be playing Kingston Colts, and the major team will be playing the Canada Cubs. And then they'll be back at it Saturday morning at 11:30, and then they have a game at 4:30, both teams.
And as you mentioned, I mean, the price is right. It's absolutely free.
It's absolutely free.
Get in.
Absolutely free. Our opening ceremonies, we will have the Harper family in attendance again this year. We're working with Mrs. Harper we're working on her to get her out here again, and we will have an opening pitch. The old Canada, and we even have Brent McLaren. Brent McLaren has stepped up.
Town crier
once again. We got the town crier. He's been a big supporter of Little League ball in the past, and somehow he managed to find it in his busy day schedule
to come and spend some time with you.
But 200 years, the town crier is pretty busy.
Right. Listen, you have a website.
Yes,
Let's
we do.
direct everybody to the website, because I'm sure everybody, all the information about the Del Harper Memorial, the 22nd annual Del Harper Memorial, will be on your website. So let's direct everybody to that.
Yeah, so we do. Our website is updated pretty good. Our webmaster, Jim Wright. I got to give Jim credit.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good. He's our social media guru. It's perthlittleleague.ca, as well as our Twitter feed at I believe it's PAD Little League is our Twitter feed.
Okay.
And you'll find all the information on there, all of our schedules. We got on Monday and Wednesdays is our under 12 house league here at Conlin Farm. We could be up in Lanark, we could be in Smiths Falls.
Right.
And then our under 10s will play on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This upcoming Saturday, actually, our under 10 All-Star team, coached by Frank Kotzbalos, they're playing a couple exhibition games, I believe, against Kingston Colts.
Yeah. There's Little League ball pretty well every night of the week if you travel between Perth, Lanark, Smiths Falls, and surrounding area.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to find it, which is a great thing, because that means the interest in ball has come back.
That's right.
And we're very, very happy to see that.
And we're lucky, too, because our season, we go different from a lot of associations. Little League does a spring season, which goes from May until the end of June, and then they do a summer season.
Right.
We sort of interloop that right now, because we can't really get on our fields until the middle of May, and we go almost right until August. So they're getting a bit of 2 seasons. It's a little bit of a logistical fun.
Yeah.
When you got your teams that are playing in the city, and you're trying to get them home games, and you want the kids to be more than they want to be kids. So there's.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm very excited that ball is back in this part of Eastern Ontario. There were some great memories of the days of Lamant and Hopetown and McDonald's Corners and Lanark and Smiths Falls. It's good to see it back, and we'll make sure that we get here for the 22nd annual Del Harper Memorial. Richard, thank you very much for bringing ball back to Eastern Ontario. Thank you very much to all the parents, all the volunteers, all the coaches, everybody that plays a part and a role in this Perth and District Little League. Happy that it's back. Good for you. Thank you very much. Hugh Colton, Town and Country TV. Hi everybody, Hugh Colton, Town and Country TV, with an invitation for you to hit that subscribe button to find out what's happening in and around the communities that we call home.